And welcome everybody to another special edition of Plooza. My guests today are Frankie Love and Van Robbins. This is the Gathering Panel. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here.
As well as I am too.
So, for those watching, future watching, we're going to be talking about the Gathering 4. It'll be August 3rd through the 6th in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Hilton Hotel. If you're interested in buying tickets and attending this show, check out the website www.tmartinpromotions.com. You'll get all the information on the hotel, the super ticket guests, the vendor guests, the barbecue, the Hall of Fame ceremony. Get all your information and make sure you check it out today. So thank you for being here. Let's get right into it. What do you like most about the Gathering? We'll start with Frankie.
The people. Seeing people that are all like us. Fans. It's just nice being around people you can talk to and relate to. Because, there's people out there that don't like wrestling. And they think we're nuts for what we do. But this is going somewhere. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. I didn't want to come back last year. I didn't want to come back to New York. I wanted to stay down there. I had a ball. I knew it. For me, it was the first one. And it was the first legitimate vacation I had since 2018. And It's just nice to be around people that like what we like. Because they can relate. You can relate to each other and you can talk to each other. Plus, seeing all the people from Facebook that you only see on Facebook, seeing them in person and seeing that they're real people.
We do exist.
Exactly.
It's not some X-Files thing. I assure you we're real. What does it mean to you, Van?
So for me, to kind of piggyback off what Frankie Love said, I enjoy being around people. I enjoy being around wrestling fans. Of course, when COVID happened, that changed everything. So it was a lot more stuff happening online. And I gained a lot more friendships online, being a part of different groups and things like that. When I came across Marty and his team, Joe Ellen was actually the one that introduced me. She had posted some photos that Kurt Angle had signed, and I had asked her. I said, "Well, hey, where'd you get those photos signed?" And she tagged, Martin's page. So then, as I, became friends with Martin, I got to know him, got to know his family, got to know his team, and just being around them, being around at the Gathering, it's like a family reunion. A lot of my mutual friends list, I got from Martin and his customers and teammates and things like that. So just being around everybody in a wrestling environment, so much happening at the Hilton, and just being around everybody, it's just more like a family reunion. And we have the best time possible together. So that's, for me, what I love most about the Gathering.
All right. I think it's only fair that I answer as well. So for me, I had always wanted to go to a big wrestling convention, but where I live, in West Virginia, out here in the sticks, that doesn't really, exist. You have to go like Florida or Tennessee. You have to go like really far distance for a really big convention. So when I was kind of searching and looking online, I kind of stumbled across the Gathering. And then when I started seeing familiar faces like, WCW, the Nitro Girls, Tori Wilson, all these different names, I was like, I cannot pass this up, because I'm like, right. This is something that I've been dreaming about for a long time, and it just never happened. So I'm like, that's what they have a credit card for. So I went and I put the stuff on, and I was like, I don't know anybody. And so I was kind of like wondering, because I've only attended really just kind of like horror conventions and comic and pop, and normally all those are kind of different a little bit from wrestling fans, but once I started getting in the flow, and once I met you, Van, and once I met you, Frankie, I was like, this is legit. I actually have people I can
It
talk
certainly is.
to.
For
So
sure.
I knew that I had hooked up with the right people, and I knew that it was going to be a good time, and I'm looking forward to enjoying it twice as much as last year. So
We're veterans now. We got one.
Yes, we are.
We know what to expect, and it's always
the wings.
our first experience to this upcoming experience. It'll be great for sure.
Yep.
All right. Let's talk about some of the guests. So, for those watching, there's two different types of guests. There's the super ticket guest and there's vendor guest. Now, the super ticket guest, there's 24 of them, and they're usually on a set day and a set time, somewhere between the 4th, which is August 4th, the Friday, Saturday, August 5th, and then Sunday, August 6th. And Marty sets up the whole schedule, and you'll see that on the website, in the paper, and you can decide if you want to buy the whole super ticket bundle or if you want to do individuals and just pick whatever your needs are. So, for you guys, with the lineup this year, I want to know who are some of the meets that you are looking forward to, be it super ticket or vendor guests. We'll start with Frankie.
Well, let's see. Two of the vendor guests have already talked about me because some people know, some people don't know. I went to college with Tommy Dreamer.
Oh, wow.
And I used to work with Tommy as well, delivering pizzas. And then Devon Dudley, I trained him to be a cook at a local Friendlies.
Oh, wow.
When he was a teenager. So,
yeah.
Definitely looking forward to seeing them two again because, Devon's in Florida. Tommy's all over the place. So, but he still does come around. But he's always busy around here. So it's hard to see either one of them. But, guest-wise, and I know Van will agree with this one. The Horsemen. I've met them before. I met Arn before, but the rest of them no. And I loved the Horsemen growing up. That was shit. In the 80s, it was great. So yeah, it's definitely the Horsemen I want to see.
And through the vendor guest, is that also with the Horsemen with Arn and Barry?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I mean, that photo op with Arn, Barry, JJ, and Tully is going to be insane.
Exactly. What about you, Van?
So for me, Frankie, you hit the nail on the head again, for sure. I'm a Horseman guy. I've met them all multiple times. And anytime I get the opportunity to meet them, I will definitely spend the money. But for me, to give a different answer, I've met these two gentlemen before, but never together. I'm looking forward to getting the dual photo with the two voices of my childhood, which are good old JR Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler. That is a very, very rare photo. I've never seen them do photos together. I've seen them at conventions before, separate tables, of course, but to get that dual shot with them, me standing in the middle, I'm looking forward to that. Also, Larry Sabisco was a huge Larry Sabisco fan growing up. Of course, huge Larry Sabisco fan. Diamond Dallas Page will be there. Kevin Nash, Layla Gray. I'm a huge Layla Gray fan as well. Just looking forward to seeing pretty much everyone. But those are the key names that stick out to me.
And that's great. I knew that because you picked Layla Gray that I was going to pick it too. As we're fans of that. But I think that's a great guest list for you, and I think you're going to enjoy them. For me, it's Diamond Dallas Page. That's one of my favorites. I'm looking forward to talking to him. I actually do his yoga, so I'll be talking to him about that. I'm looking forward to Victoria. Is one of my favorites also. I probably met her 6 times already, so
nice.
With
7 times.
Photo. Oh, another one. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Terry Runnels will be there.
Yeah.
Terry Runnels, Marlena, Alexandra York, whatever you want to call her. I forgot about that name. He definitely looking forward to seeing her. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh no, that's fine. You gotta always give the ladies, the props and the plug.
And
Yep.
she's close to my height, so that's good for me.
Exactly. Last year I met her, Frankie, and she was too short, and she stood on the chair next to me for our picture. So
she doesn't play around with taking pictures. Like if you're taking a picture with your camera, she tells you how to do it.
exactly.
It's great.
Exactly. She's like, hold on, I need a chair. Time out, Dan. It's Victoria. It's true. It's Kurt Angle.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Layla Gray. Larry Sabisco, because I watched him in WCW. And it's gonna get nasty. The Nasty Boys. That'll be the other major pick for me. And then some of the Horsemen, because I've already met JJ Dillon. I met him last year, and I met Ric Flair a long time ago. Probably when his price was maybe like $40 off. So I met him really a long time ago. He didn't even know really where our town was. It was like in our town of Fairmont, and there was an armory. And the problem was there was an old armory and a new armory, and nobody told them which one to go to. So they went to the old one, and there was wreckage and everything. So we had to direct to the new armory because they were just looking at a pile of rubble.
That's not good.
I'm like, this is going to be hard to do a match.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting those. And I've never met Tommy Dreamer, so it'll be the first time meeting Tommy Dreamer Frankie.
Yeah, dude, he's really cool. He really is. There's one thing he doesn't really refer to me as Frankie. He calls me Maniac, and tells people that I'm the craziest person he's ever known. And considering everything he's been through in his career, for him to say that, it just like boggles my mind.
Oh wow!
But then again, I understand it because, like I said, we went to college together too. So before I met him, one of his friends was in one of my classes, and I would just write him threatening letters every day and give them to his friend to give to him. So the day I met him, he's like, "Oh, it's you." It was hilarious.
And I forgot to mention one of the other ones, two of the other ones is Jerry Briscoe. I liked him with Pat Patterson, one of the Stooges for McMahon, all this stuff. And then Skinner. I've never met Skinner.
Skinner, okay.
So
they just announced Ernest the Cat Miller too. So every time I see Ernest the Cat Miller, he recognizes me. He follows me on Instagram too.
Oh wow!
And say, hey man, how's it going? So he's another one. He's starting to come out a little bit more now, but he was a rare name.
Yeah, I just saw him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he's coming out more. Big Mama, that's another rare one. I've never seen her at anything before, so for Marty to pull that off, not surprised. Shout out to Marty right here. But no, I'm looking forward to. I mean, there's not a bad name on the list. I mean, the young guy Brian Pillman Jr. He's another one, son of a loose cannon. That's what he likes to describe on stuff now. So he's another one that'll be a great one to get a photo with as well, an autograph.
Yeah, and then Ricky Morton and Kerry Morton.
Kerry Morton, yep.
So lots of great talent. So I want to know next, what are some of the treasured things that you're going to bring to get signed? Let's start with Van.
So some of the things I will bring. So for me, with getting things signed, I'm going to get the turnbuckle. I always get the turnbuckle, get them to fill it up. I actually have my one from last year right here handy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, let me do. There we go.
Nice.
This is the one from last year. I got the blue paint marker on there. So I'll definitely get that. And then for me, action figures, I'll look at the guest list again. I have a lot of action figures that aren't signed, so I'll definitely bring some of those. And also, my big thing is I love getting my picture signed. So any pro photo that I take, especially if it's a super ticket guest, that will be what I use my second signature for. So photos, action figures, and my turnbuckle for me. That's what I will be getting signed.
Awesome.
Main here is Frankie Love. I'm glad you asked me first because that's the king of signatures right there.
Yeah,
well, the king of
that's the
turnbuckles.
king of signatures.
King of turnbuckles too. Yeah, king of turnbuckles for
I
sure.
mean, I think I have probably, if not close to 300 of them already. And the thing was, at my old job, which I left in January, the entire office walls were covered in the turnbuckle pads. That's what That's why. I don't think there's anybody at my old job that could have gotten away with the stuff that I did. I mean, I had 150 turnbuckle pads on the wall. It was insane.
Yeah, the legend for sure.
I can just see them trying to see you through the turnbuckles. I need.
Oh, that's the thing. Like I had them. We had metal doors, so I had metal hooks on the doors and had them on the doors. But then to come into my office, we had this little space of a window, and I got magnets on each side, and I covered up the space. They're like, now we can't see what you're doing. I don't care.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Exactly.
Leave me alone.
All right. You want to say hello? Okay.
You're like, put me on camera.
Yep, that's my cat. She always wants screen time. Tilly, are you just gonna turn around?
Like, nope. 2 shots.
So, man, how many turnbuckles did you have last year? Just the one?
Just the one, yeah. And I got all the 24 super ticket guests on it.
Nice. Yeah. See, I split everybody up between 3 of them.
Yeah, you were using the silver Sharpie last year?
Last year silver. But you can really go with any color,
Yeah. Yeah, I used
some colors obviously don't work. Like red is fine at the beginning, but then red eventually turns pink.
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Light blue Posca paint.
Oh yeah, blue.
Yeah, the blue's good, the green's good, and yellow is iffy.
Yeah.
It's gold?
Yeah. Gold. Nah, I really don't like how the gold. I mean, the gold is okay, but after a while, it just fades.
Smears.
And it fades too quick.
Or like an olive green.
Yeah. Or a neon green.
Yeah.
And for myself, since I am moving and the space is limited, it'll be trading cards because they're easy to get on the plane.
There you go.
Backing off. And then I do have some Funko Pops.
Okay.
And then a few 8x10s and a magazine. So.
Yeah, I'm going to actually probably bring this. This is an original
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Evan. This is original. I got this from this guy. He's a WCW guy. His name is Chad Matthews. He sells a lot of stuff. I wish my buddy Hall was still around to sign this as well, but I'll definitely get Nash to sign all NWO stuff in here. So it's an original magazine, mint condition, July 1997 issue. So
wow,
I'm going to get Nash to sign this bad boy for me. So definitely look forward to getting that done.
Yeah, that's definitely something you don't see too often.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, are you somebody who likes to plan with everybody that they're meeting? I know you buy that, but is it as soon as you see the announcement, you're like, all right, I got to meet this person, planning this, or is it I'm kind of planning these people, and then whoever else comes into the fold comes into the fold? How about you, Frankie?
It really depends. It's High Spots announced that they're having Jesse the Body Ventura. And there's this artist called Hal Haney who does those 11x14s of the split faces. And on his page, he actually had a split face of Jesse the Body and Jesse from the Predator. So I ordered that. I'll have that come this week, and I'll send it to High Spots. But like with the Gathering, I have a picture, and it's really old, and you can tell by I'll show you guys at the Gathering. It's Paul, Taz, and Tommy Dreamer holding PWI awards.
Oh,
nice.
So I already have Paul and Taz sign it, so I'll bring it in. And I have Tommy sign it, but it depends on the pieces. Like last year, before he canceled, I was really looking forward to seeing Steamboat because I have a backseat from the Pontiac Silverdome signed by Hogan.
Oh,
So I wanted Steamboat to sign that.
Ooh.
Yeah, let me tell you something. It's a sick piece. I mean, and what I paid for it to what it's worth, it was a no brainer to get it.
Yeah.
And
You,
and it's beach shop certified, so
yeah.
Well, I hope that you get it eventually signed. I'm sorry that you haven't gotten it signed yet, but
my problem is I would do it as a mail-in, but it's too big.
The
yeah,
ship, the cost to ship,
yeah, that would
It's
be
not worth it.
not worth it. Yeah.
just just leave it with Marty and be like, hey, when you get to see it.
Well, that's the thing. It's like after the gathering, Marty did an event around here in September. So I
Oh,
brought and this was after he announced he was going to have the Nitro Girls. So I brought it to him, and he brought it home and put it in his closet in 6 months. So I told Marty, I was like, yeah, don't forget the turnbuckle and the picture that signed by the Nitro Girls. He's like, oh, I forgot I still had it. Because he brought it home and he put it in his closet.
yeah.
But
I can't imagine the shit he's got in his house, like when we do mail-ins and stuff to him.
Yeah, for me, to answer your question, Dan, I have my names of people that I'm gonna meet. The tab will be high, just like your tab, just like Frankie. They're gonna make a lot of money off of it. But for me, I have my set names. It'll probably be about 20 to 25 names. But then, unfortunately, things happen. People have to cancel. So, like last year, a name that I really wanted that had to cancel, unfortunately, was Colonel Robert Parker. So when he canceled, they did it, even exchange for someone else, and that was very helpful. So I have my backup names as well, but I definitely plan to go all out this year. Marty has great prices on all the guests. That pro photo option as well, where you can get all the people for the super ticket guests. That's a huge thing. I'm considering doing that as well. But that's normally what I do is I definitely get my names, my 20 to 25 names. And then if someone cancels or depending on how I'm feeling when I get there, I'll say, hey, I'll PayPal Marty right now. Let me get boom, boom, boom. And that's how it worked. I actually did that with a couple of people last year. I don't know how I missed Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker. I don't know how I missed his name on the website. But once I saw he was there, boom, sent the money for that one. And Bill Apter autograph. I got an extra one because he was a super ticket guest as well. So it was a few people that I did do that for.
Yeah, I mean those package deals are a steal for the photo ops.
They are.
You got. Yeah, I mean even if you don't want them all,
yeah,
it's just worth it because to buy them individually, you're going to save a hell of a lot of money doing the whole package.
Yeah, I think the cell phone package is like $389.
Yeah, and for another $200 is the pro.
Is the pros?
How can you say no to the pro?
Yeah, how can you say no? They print it out for you right then and there, and boom, you're good.
Just bring your top loaders with you, down, and that's it. That's what I did.
Double them up. Yep.
For me, I'm really selective, so it's like I pick some super ticket, then some super ticket vendors, and I just make my own list. But
yeah.
I usually go 12 to 14. I say that, but then it ends up being like 18 to 20.
It happens,
It's all for a good cause.
Oh, exactly. I know. I'm like, I'm going to be good. Insert in the ATM. Oh, man. But, yeah. So I want to know, what were your favorite experiences last year? We'll start with Frankie.
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean,
I'm glad you're Frankie.
Last year was insane. I mean, the costume party what was that, the first night?
First night that I got robbed.
Yep. Look, dude, look, I even said it to Reggie. Okay, there with him dressed as Lasertron, nobody, I don't care who you are, was touching that. I mean, that thing was dead on perfect.
Yeah.
I knew I would, and I heard I heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, Frankie." No, even I wanted him to win. I mean, so that was good. The dinner was Friday night. That was great. I sat with Nikita. And,
there you go.
Just meeting you guys and everybody else. It's it's definitely an experience. that you don't get to have too often nowadays.
Yep.
Uh,
For me, I would say meeting Frankie Love.
Thank you.
We killed it, and Dan the Man. But no, for me, the banquet we sat. Me and Frankie, we did sit with Nikita. I actually sat right. You sat with him at the banquet,
I
right?
sat next to him at the banquet.
Okay, I was on the other side of him.
Okay.
In the middle of us, just asking us roundtable questions, to give our opinions, give us dream matches, give us, opponents, ask him random questions, which was incredible. As far as like the meet and greets, my number one, I'm a WCW guy, like forever. Like I'm always WCW. When they announced the Nitro Girls were going to be there, I, I I lost my stuff, man. I was like, look, I got to meet them. I was actually able to get a pro photo with Kimberly as well. I did pay for it, but hot spots. I sent a lot of stuff with them to them, mail-ins and everything. And I forgot the young lady's name, but she recognized my name. And I said, "Is there a way?" I paid for the photo. I knew it was a cell phone picture, but I was like, "Can I do a pro instead?" And they were like, "Yeah, go for it." They did it for me real quick, which I appreciated that. But just the prices of everything. I mean, you go to different other conventions and things like that, you're going to spend a lot more money. And the quality of photos, the quality of the experience, just everything about it was great. But sitting with Nikita Koloff at the Night to Remember, and then just interacting with people that I've been interacting with on Facebook for a year and a half, 2 years, to be able to hang out with them, have a few beverages, hang out, kick it, walk around the hotel. That was epic.
And to see that we're all real.
Yeah, to see that we're all real. Everybody was surprised at my height. They were like, "Dang, they didn't realize how tall I was." So,
right, yeah. Exactly.
But no,
but it's nice,
For me, it was a few people. One was Bret Hart. I can't believe how much he invested his time into talking with everybody. Sometimes you meet these people and they sign stuff and you move on. He actually opened my magazine and looked at it, wanted to read the article, asked me where I got it, talked about it. So I thought that was like really good. And then we signed it. And then like I bumped him in later and he remembered my name and he asked me still how I was doing. So I felt like he was very classy. He kept up to his word.
Yeah, Bret was actually my first photo of last year. I believe he had the 10 a.m. slot, and he was the very first photo I took that weekend. And he was so nice. He had the pink and black Bret Hart shirt. I had the same shirt on, but in black and pink. And we held the Wing Eagle belt together, and he was a pleasure. Very nice. I think he had about 20-minute time slot, but I felt with him taking photos with everyone, he shook everyone's hand. Said hello, asked your name. Like you said, Dan, he's very great communication with the fans for sure.
Yeah. Up here, he was at a convention maybe a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you that the line was around the entire building just for him. The sad thing is, you had a VIP line and a regular ticket line. People on the VIP line were online for 2 hours. And all went before the regular people. I mean, the show ended at 3:00. He stayed there till 5 signing shit. It was insane.
That's what they do, man.
Yeah.
Well, especially somebody like him.
Yeah, he has a very unique signature too. The way he writes, like I love his signature.
Like the four dots is for one of each of his kids. I never knew that.
I didn't know that.
I knew that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and then think about this. What's his finishing move? The sharpshooter. And they call him the Hitman. People don't think about that stuff.
Yep.
And then it was the Nitro Girls. I think it's because I had the different fedoras and we all took pictures, and then also had one with Kimberly also. So that was pretty cool. And then I'd have to say Francine and Shane Douglas.
Oh, yeah.
I think that they're very, they like meeting the fans, and they're a great duo to meet. So I encourage people to meet them. Is there anything else you guys want to say or promote on Dana Plooza as we wrap it up?
No, I mean, look, if you're a wrestling fan and you have the time, even if you don't have the time, take off of work and go to this thing, because I guarantee you're going to have a great time. You're going to make a lot of new friends, and you're going to want to go back next year for the fifth one. I mean, I've been doing this since the 80s. You know, I went to conventions, but there's nothing like this. This is one hell of an experience, and you can't not have a good time. I mean, I enjoy meeting you guys and hanging out with you guys just as much as I do meeting the wrestlers. It's really just you. It's 4 days, 4 or 5 days of just absolute fun.
Yep. And
Yep.
And for me, like I said, I've been everywhere. I've been every single convention you could possibly think of. This is for sure my favorite one. I look to attend this event every year. This will be my second one. If you're looking for a great weekend with real, true hardcore wrestling fans, people that love the business, people that want to hear those stories, ask those questions, and be able to meet your childhood heroes, and a lot of rare talent as well. One guy, real quick, another rare one that was there last year, Tiger Chung Lee. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
guys like that. Like I knew about Tiger Chung Lee. I know he wrestled in WWE 83 to 88 or 89, I believe. But he was one of those guys that never really did conventions. So just being able to meet some of your childhood heroes, people that don't really come out as much, or meet people that come out often. Everything is held there in one hotel. Plenty of things to do. If you want to get some food, there's a shopping mall just in case you want to get a quick break from the hotel. But everything is there, and most importantly, even with this, how the economy is just really bad right now, the pricing for this is incredible. The super ticket, I'm going to be a super ticket holder forever. Everything that comes with, the night to remember banquet, the barbecue the first night, the 24 autographs from each, 2 autographs from each guest, so 24 autographs total. No, it's 48 autographs. It's 24.
Yeah, right, because it's
24 guests and it's 2 each, so 48 autographs. I mean, that within itself is worth it. The hotel cost is very effective as well. So I enjoy meeting up with my friends, and I look forward to seeing you guys again. This will be incredible, and I'm really looking forward to it.
All right. Well, I'd like to go ahead and thank my guests, Frankie Love and Van Robbins. Thanks for joining on Dana Plooza. Stay tuned next. Matt
Thank you for
Burns.
having us, Dan.
You're
Thanks.
welcome.
Talk to you soon.